Yeah, beat your addiction, live free. Ralf Friedrichs is who you see. Listen in when you're feeling low. Take back your life, today's show. Beat your addiction, live free. Ralf Friedrichs is who you see. Listen in when you're feeling low. Take back your life, today's show. Stay positive, hope, and keep faith. Stand strong against any odds that you face. Put away the alcohol and the drugs. Fill your time with the things you love. Addiction is tough, but it's worth the work. Treat your body what it's worth. Spread positivity, inspire all. If we stand together, we will never fall. I help others see the other sides of life. A sober life, letting go of the strife. So give me a call, I can help. 1-844-4405-HELP. Homeless shelters, hospitals, jails, wherever you are. I am Ralf Friedrichs and I am here for you. 1-844-405-HELP. Yeah, change your future, starts today. Live life to the fullest, never skip a day. Create hope, spread positivity. Beat your addictions and negativity. Ralf Friedrichs is here for you. Call today so we can help you. 1-844-405-HELP. 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 We are here for you. Call us today.
Hello, my name is Ralf Friedrichs. I am an addiction recovery coach and the host of the Take Your Life Back Today show. As an addiction recovery coach, I want to share something with you. But let me be crystal clear because I want to absolutely leave an everlasting impact upon you. Just imagine being buried alive. You're in a coffin, but you also know you're not dead. You try to push the coffin lid, but the enormous weight upon the lid prevents you from opening that coffin. Now you start breathing in and out, gasping for that last breath. But then you say, maybe if I bang on the lid, I'll unsettle that dirt, and maybe, just maybe, someone on top might notice and start digging their way down to help me. This is what it's like to find yourself at the lowest point of alcohol and drug addiction. You know you need help. You know you cannot do it on your own, but you don't know where to turn. In reality, folks, there are probably people standing right by this person's grave, but they don't know that. They think today is the time to die. Usually, though, people don't think about death when they're habitually abusing drugs and alcohol. In order to feed an addiction, you have to be great at repressing the fear of death. I often ask you, my audience, did it ever cross your mind when you abuse drugs and alcohol that maybe, just maybe, you might overdose and you will take away what preciously was given to you by the Lord Jesus, your own life? Now that's selfish enough, but even more selfish is when you abuse drugs and alcohol and you take that chance of overdosing and then you take away your life away from your friends and loved ones. How selfish is that? With this, I want to leave you with one last thought. Don't be that person banging on the coffin lid, trying to get out when it's too late. That person had every chance throughout their life to ask for help and never did, waited. Don't be that person. Instead, be that person that reaches out and asks for help, whether it's for depression, low self-esteem, addiction to drugs and alcohol, or any other issue. If you reach out and reach out for help, you will get that help, and there is no shame in doing so. Call me at 844-405-HELP, and I will help you take your life back, my friend, before your life is gone. There are people like Larry Geis from the Geis Academy at 516-458-2741. Larry Geis and I both always tell our audience, it doesn't matter where you've been. It doesn't matter where you came from. What matters is that you're asking for help now and you move forward. Larry Geis can be found on Google at www.odysseyconsultant.org. That's Larry Geis from the Geis Academy. Addiction recovery coach, life coach for over 30 years. He will help you take back your life. Give him a call, and when you speak to him, let him know that you heard about him on the Take Your Life Back Today show. Larry Geis from the Geis Academy, 516-458-2741. Let Larry Geis help you take back your life. If this video seems to be a little blurry, folks, it's not the quality of the video, it's the effectiveness of your glasses. Me, I've been in the optometry business for over 30 years, and when I started doing these shows about a year and a half ago, I said to myself, the only people that will ever advertise on my shows is something that I know a lot about directly. Whether it's Larry Geis with the Geis Academy, because he is an addiction recovery coach and life coach like I am. Whether it's Global Eyeglasses, because they do eyeglasses. They are involved in optometry like I am. So now, if you go to www.globaleyeglasses.com, you can see over 1,200 frames. These frames consist of plastic frames, metal frames, and no frames. They're full frames, half frames, and just 3-piece mount frames. Folks, they have progressive lenses, which are no-line bifocals. They have line bifocals. They have transition polarized. They have photochromatics. They have anti-reflecting coating, UV coating, and anti-scratch coating. Folks, they can make your lenses thinner if you have a thick prescription. And for the elders and the children, they can give you shatterproof lenses. Now, if you go online to www.globaleyeglasses.com and you get stuck not knowing which lens to pick or what frame is best, give me a call at 631-599-0218 like hundreds of you have done already, and I will help you. I will give you my 30 years experience in the optometry business at no cost to you. Matter of fact, when you place that order with globaleyeglasses.com, I will give you a code and you can get free shipping. So go to www.globaleyeglasses.com. Let them focus on saving you money, and I want you to focus on my videos with a clearer picture. Today's topic is 11 signs you need to leave your relationship. When it comes to relationships, some of us have had unfortunate but eye-opening experiences of being in an extremely toxic one. Most likely our first experience was enough to be our last if we are lucky enough to learn from our mistakes and never get involved in one of those types again. But sometimes you are so deep in the trenches that you can't even see the mess that you're in until it's too late. Human beings have a tendency to idolize things that they want. Studies have shown that being in love actually makes our lover seem more attractive, intelligent, and desirable than they really are. How many times did you look back at an ex and be like, wow, what did I see in that person? Exactly, that is my point. This is how powerful being infatuated or falling in love can be. It is so powerful that you are literally you fall head over heels in obsession with the other person, and in most cases the idea of what the other person should or could be like. When it comes to dysfunctional relationships, people usually hold on because they are deeply invested, whether it be in finances, dependence, emotions, or even so much time has passed that they feel that there is no way out. People will try to make the best of a situation they're in, endure hardships if they aren't too extreme, or even try to convince themselves of reasons not to leave their current relationships. People who think this way are always living in the future or in the past rather than in reality that exists right now. They have hope that one day things will get better and go back to the way things were when we first met. Maybe it will, probably it won't, but rarely does it happen. They become obsessed with the hope and see things how they could be rather than how they really are. So here are my 11 things. Number 1, and remember, the topic is 11 signs you need to leave the relationship. You need to leave your relationship because of number 1, physical abuse. Whether it's a one-night thing where you got slapped by your drunk partner, or its continual barrage of chronic physical abuse that comes from emotional arguments. When it gets to these points, trust is broken, it's probably going to be over. The person you used to look at to protect you has now become someone who will harm you when things don't go right. You can try to forgive and forget the first incident, but don't blame them if they do it again, being that you didn't do anything about it. Maybe they will never hit you again, but you will never forget that they have. This will leave a deep, unforgiving scar. Unless you can truly forgive what happened, chances are the relationship is over, and it definitely should be over if it's habitual abuses. Number 2, now I don't agree with this one because I do believe addiction, one person being addicted to something can be worked out. Me as an addiction recovery coach and a life coach, I don't agree with this one. However, addiction, whether it's gambling, drugs, alcohol, or something else, when your partner has become addicted to the point that it becomes a problem and is affecting your well-being, or they have betrayed your trust, the relationship is doomed. If they do not wish to stop and continue their addictive behavior, then it would be in your best interest to leave. If they are not willing to change or they cannot change, you don't have to feel sorry for them. You are in a relationship to be someone's partner, not their therapist or counselor. If things don't change, you know it's time to go. Number 3 is deception. Although our lovely media have made you believe lying is normal for men and women, it's not normal. for a healthy relationship. The most important thing that needs to be in place in order to have a real deep and meaningful relationship with someone is a simple word called trust. If you can't tell someone the truth and are constantly finding ways to avoid being in trouble or avoid confrontation, then you should consider your options. Number 4 is cheating. Oh my God, that's a huge one. Unless you have an agreement to be open in a relationship, cheating is unacceptable. It is possible to forgive someone for cheating and move on, usually if the situation was extremely complex and both parties had something to do with it. Forgiveness may work only if the parties are willing to make the necessary changes and put the past behind them. It won't be easy, but it is possible. Number 5 is you've grown apart. This happens often. Over time, people just naturally begin to drift apart. Interests change, goals change, people begin to want different paths in life, and people begin to go and look at their options. If you are starting to feel this way towards your relationship, you must tell your partner the truth. It's unfair to keep dragging yourself and your partner along the way because you are afraid to hurt someone's feelings. People's feelings will always get hurt, and that's just reality. Number 6 is disrespect. It can come in many forms, but in this case, I am referring to someone mistreating their partner through constant verbal abuse, mind games, and degradation. If you're in a relationship where your partner is the type to put you down, talk down to you, and make a fool out of you on a daily basis, it's time for you to leave. Your only move at this point is to put an ultimatum and demand they instantly stop the disrespectful behavior towards you, or you will leave. Number 7 is bad communication. Again, like addiction, this is kind of like on the fence. If you're in a relationship that has bad communication, it will naturally fail on its own over time. Constant miscommunication will turn small issues into huge, gigantic arguments that could have been avoided and eventually will one day end up to ending your relationship. Number 8 is it's unbalanced. If you find yourself in a relationship that is totally unbalanced in the favor of your partner, then you're in a relationship. You're not in a relationship. You're probably in a dictatorship. A healthy relationship is balanced, and both partners play a role, and they both work together. There may be a time when you need to help your partner, and another time where they need to help you. If you are treating them like royalty while they leave you feeling worthless peasant, it's time for you to go. Number 9 is ego-based. If you're in a relationship where you have realized that you somehow have let your ego fool you into dating someone who would never date, who you would never date, whether it's because you're lonely or or to feed your ego, then it's definitely time to reconsider your relationship. Many times someone will become the object of our desire simply because it is a challenge to us. Number 10, it's only physical. If the only thing you have going in your relationship is physical attraction and sex, eventually it will come to an end. But if there are no problems and the sex is good, then you have to stop and consider where your partner stands. If your partner has more feelings than you and wants more, then the right thing to do is to leave if you don't want more. If you do want what he wants or she wants, then enjoy it. Last but not least, it's time for you to go if your relationship is a soap opera. If your relationship is a soap opera and you're not an actor, then it's time to get the hell out of there. End of story. Cut. If you hate drama and aren't walking out the door the first sign that you're dating an unstable drama queen, then you deserve everything that you get. What goes around comes around. These are the 11 things that tell you it's time to leave a relationship. Physical abuse is such a huge one. If you're being physically abused, emotionally abused, verbally abused, get the hell out of there. Addiction, I don't agree on. There is a fine line because a lot of times if you give an ultimatum, hopefully the person, if they truly love you, will stick with you. Deception is a huge one because the one thing that binds two people together is trust. Trust is the glue, is the bondo that keep a couple together. Number 4 is cheating. Again, unless you two have an agreement right up front that cheating's allowed, cheating is a tough one because I don't know how I would react. A lot of people say, well, if it happens, you forgive. I don't think so. Number 5 is you've grown apart, and that's a huge one because it can happen. Two people have different interests, things have changed, ideas have changed, plans have changed. Number 6 is another big one, disrespect. This can come in many forms, but the case I'm referring to is somebody's mistreating their partner through constant verbal abuse. Verbal abuse, emotional abuse is disrespectful, and so is physical abuse. Bad communication is something that can be worked on, but that's number 7. Number 8 is it's an unbalanced relationship where you might be treating your partner as a royal king or queen and they treat you as a pathetic peasant. Time for you to go. Ego-based is number 9, and that is if your relationship isn't up to par and you start saying, well, I know I can get whatever I want on the outside. That's a dangerous game to play. Number 10 is only physical. If it's only sex and there is no further commitment from either one of you, might be time for you to go. And soap opera is number 11, because if your relationship is a soap opera, then everything around it. Because can you imagine now, your relationships is a soap opera and then you have children, and you're bringing children into this soap opera. Not a good thing. Folks, here in the beautiful Hamptons, Long Island to New York, is a great day for me to tell you that every relationship has certain criterias. Every relationship has certain minimal demands to keep it going. And if you're not getting the minimal, then it's time for you to go. If you're being physically, mentally, verbally abused, it's time for you to go. If it's only a sexual thing and nothing else, it's time for you to go. If it's disrespectful, it's time for you to go. I think you folks know what I'm trying to say, but you only know how good your relationship is. Now, mind you, every relationship has good and bads, but don't let the bads outweigh the goods. I hope to God, no matter where you are, that you have the best day of your life. I hope that you all have a great relationship, and if you don't, you make moves while you still can, and I hope you all have a sober life. And may God bless each and every one of you.
Yeah, change your future, starts today. Live life to the fullest, never skip a day. Create hope, spread positivity. Beat your addictions and negativity. Ralf Friedrichs is here for you. Call today so we can help you. 1-844-405-HELP. 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 We are here for you. Call us today. show is over, but your life starts today. Taking back your life's the only way. Keep faith, stay positive, push through. Take back your life, it starts with you. Alcohol and drugs can't control your life. Let go of the negative and the strife. Ralf Friedrichs is the man guiding your way. The show is over, but your life starts today. Call Ralf Friedrichs at 1-844-405-HELP. That's 1-844-405-HELP. We hope you love the show today and tune in next time. Take Back Your Life Today show with Ralf Friedrichs. Yeah.